W is for worry. And worry is something that every one of us are familiar with, especially when we can't sleep at night. Psychologists define worry as a state of mental distress or agitation due to concern about an anticipated event, threat, or danger. Most of us worry when we are not sure of the outcome, and especially when we see possible negative outcomes. These negative outcomes could be about failing our exam or test, job insecurity, illness, financial security, relationships, future, and the list goes on. And when we start to think of the possibility of these negative possible outcomes, we feel not just worried, but we go down into this spiral and we feel fearful and anxious. Someone unknown said, worrying won't stop the bad stuff from happening. It just stops you from enjoying the good. And our worries stop us from appreciating the good that every one of us have today, because we have some things that are good in our life. Because when we feel anxious, it's our body that is affected more. On the other hand, when we feel worried, it is more in our head. It is kind of mental agony, mental torment, mental pain that most of us experience, but only a few of us know how to overcome. And if you want to be one of those few and overcomer of worry, I will give you some steps for a productive worry time appointment from a Christian perspective, and some points I adapted from psychotherapist Linda Walter. This exercise of worrying, I will ask you to do minimum for a week, around the same time of the day. It could be morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you could find that 5 to 15 minutes to spend time to see the results. But you have to ensure that you have that time and you bring a notebook and a pen to your worrying appointment. And no, it cannot be your phone, because we cannot look at the phone or at the clock during that time. So the first step is to set a timer. Maybe a sweet spot could be 10 minutes. And as we put a timer, secondly, we start by declaring Jesus' words in Matthew 6 verse 27, where it says, "And which of you by worrying can add a single hour to your span of life?" And say short 1 or 2 sentence prayer by committing this time to God, that He would reveal your worries that you don't want to have anymore in your life and you are tired living this way. Thirdly, start writing down what worries you and write it in a column form. Fourthly, after you finish writing all those worries, pick one point from that list and start asking questions. And some of the questions could be like, what resources do I need to solve the issue? Do I have the resources that I need? If yes, how can I use these resources? If no, who can help me? Let's ask, if we can't do anything about the situation, will worrying really help? If this situation really happened, or this event, is it really the end of the world? What is stopping us from giving the situation to God and trusting that He will take care of it? Because God's words to the Israelites in exile applicable to us today too, as we read in Jeremiah 29, starting at verse 11. It says, "For surely I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans for your welfare and not for harm, to give you a future with hope. Then when you call upon me and come and pray to me, I will hear you. When you search for me, you will find me, if you seek me with all your heart." Fifthly, when the timer goes off, let's thank God for leading us and end the time by declaring Jesus' words from Matthew 6 verse 34. where Jesus says, so do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring worries of its own. Today's trouble is enough for today. And the sixth step is when we come back the following day, pick up another worry point and go through the questions again by looking at this event or these things that worries you from different perspectives. And when and if during the day we'll be tempted to worry, let's remind ourselves that we cannot worry for today anymore, that we need to wait for tomorrow to worry, as we will have our next worry time appointment. And during the day, let's continue to declare Jesus' words daily, that today's trouble is enough for today. And my prayer is for all of you that God will reveal all your worries and you'll be able to get rid of them one by one as you go through these steps and God leads you, and you'll be free from worry.